Hey guys, Crazy Postman here. Well, if you remember in previous videos, I said I was going to bring one of the Lubas back from my parents' house to my house since I got the Teramo over there running tests on it. There's always a loud truck going by. But since I got the Teramo at my parents' house running tests, I don't need two Lubas at their house anymore. Actually, the one Luba 10,000 can mow everything by itself. I brought back this spare Luba 3000. I've never gotten this one's RTK out of the box because I used it in places that already had a Luba1 RTK. Generally speaking, with Momotion products, you can use the same generation RTK with multiple robots. So at my parents' house, I used one RTK for both Lubas, since that RTK is installed up on the roof and it's in a good location. But now here at my house, I don't have an RTK installed here anymore for the Luba1 series. I have a second generation RTK set up over here on the fence line, which it's really not in a good spot. This tree is kind of sparse, so it probably doesn't hurt it too much. But Bradford pear over here, these are horrible trees, by the way, but don't do what I did and set your RTK here. I just did that because it was convenient. A better spot would probably be on the eave over here or up there with my other RTK antenna. That's where I used to have the Luba1 RTK antenna installed when I had it. When I had the Luba1 here at my house, was way up there. So, and that's overkill. You really don't have to do that. Just mount it somewhere where there's a good view of the sky. So off the eave of the house right there would have been fine, or on that pole where my weather station is would have been fine. But anyway, I'm digressing. So I got this version 2 RTK here, and that's for my little Yucca over here to use. Like I said earlier, this one is not compatible with the Luba1. I've tried, it says I've put the numbers in that are down here just to make sure. Where are they at? They're over here. I put the numbers in to make sure it really wouldn't work, but for some reason Momotion didn't make these backwards compatible. So the 900 megahertz data link will not go to the Luba1. What's going on out here? I hear people in my front yard. Oh, it's the UPS guy. I got the other little robot mowing in the front yard. Good boy, you stay in the backyard. You know you're not allowed to come out of the gate. You stay just where you're supposed to. Anyway, I'm really getting digressed here. So yeah, the 900 megahertz data link will not work on the version 2. But this is what I saw the other day in the app. So now you join me here in the Momotion app, and you can see the Yucca sitting over there with a good connection to the RTK station. And you can see the RTK is receiving band 1 really well, and band 2 it's receiving it pretty poorly because of the tree coverage. So that's as expected. Band 1 is a lower frequency, band 2 is a higher frequency, so that's why it has much less reception on band 2 with the coverage. Anyway, I'm digressing again. With these new model RTKs that are connected to Wi-Fi, you can do antenna over internet instead of antenna over data link. Data link is that 900 megahertz direct to robot transmission. Antenna over internet is, obviously, as it says, it's over internet. If you can hear the crop duster in the background, he's working pretty hard. I've never actually tried this with a Luba. Uh-oh, we gotta turn it on here. I've never actually tried this with a Luba1, the antenna over internet. So we're gonna see what happens here. So we're going to go in here, and you can see that it says, let's see, it's not quite the same menu. The antenna over internet option is not there. How did I get there? Okay, here we go. I went to manual mowing, and you can see the position up here. And in this menu, you have an option here for antenna over data link. So I can click that. It brings me back to this menu, and it gives me an option for antenna over internet. So if I choose that from this menu, now I can see my version 2 RTK station here on the list. So is this actually gonna work? If I click on it, it says there's no 4G network available. Even though my Luba here is on Wi-Fi, it seems this feature only works on 4G. I said that with a question mark because that doesn't make sense to me. So does that mean we just need to put a SIM card in my robot here and it will work without me installing the old Luba1 RTK? We're gonna have to try that. So I got my Luba propped up here with its butt in the air. We're gonna check out under this flap. You can see there is a SIM card tray. So we're gonna go ahead and try to open that. Back in the Luba1 days, I think this SIM card tray was just like a placeholder. I don't think the actual modem was ever installed into the Luba1, but we're about to find out. So I got the little tray out, but I'm not sure there's any way to tell if there's anything actually in there. I can't tell if there's guts in there. Whoa. Hang on. Change cameras. Is there guts in there? I don't want to lose my SIM card. I don't want it to eat my SIM card because I only have one. I do have a burner phone that I use for Crazy Postman Tech, but that's an eSIM, not a regular SIM, so I'm gonna have to risk my mainline SIM card to try this. Is it worth the risk? Let's do it. So I got my real SIM card here in the tray, and one of the weird things is it goes face up here. Man, my camera really can't decide which lens it wants to use. Anyway, let's go ahead and try to put it in and see what happens. I think we got it going in the right place. Just need to push it in now. And that is in there snug. Well, let's see what happens. Let's boot this bad boy up. What do you think the chances are that I'm gonna have 4G service now? I don't think there's any 4G modem in this old Luba1. We're about to find out though. We're about to try to change this setting. We're gonna see what happens. So if there's 4G in there, it has 4G. I don't think there's 4G in there. I'm pretty sure everybody already knew this, that there was no 4G modem installed, but I haven't physically tried since I got the version 2 Luba. Remember, I always had the original Kickstarter Luba, which was the version 1 Luba1. And this is a version 2 of Luba1, or Luba 1.5, or Luba1 Omni, whatever you want to call it. But now we know This version of Luba1 also has a dummy SIM card port. I hope I didn't waste everybody's time too much. It was a fun experiment anyway. See y'all in the next one.